Hello there, sweet sister twin flame goddess, and welcome to Thankful to Thrive Thursday's empowerment message for us. And that's definitely, Remember if you heard recently, I was pondering the whole reading thing, it definitely empowerment message. That's what I'm here for, dear goddess, is to guide you into and through finding your power in every moment along this, which is your twin flame self-love empowerment journey, where you are here to rise and thrive into all the amazing that is just waiting for you to step into. That's why we're thankful to be thriving. And I have to confess, goddess, I have been facing the wrong direction in terms of not focusing on the good rather than focusing on the bad, the things that are not working, and getting flustered and frustrated and amplifying that rather than amplifying all the amazing that is. And creating the vision, knowing that we have the power to create whatever we desire, goddess. Think about it. What's the story you're telling right now? And look at what the reality is that you're living. And then this whole twin flame mirror superpower is just, oh my goodness. You would talk about mega growth because of awareness. The more you increase your awareness, the more you're going to grow, because you're literally expanding your consciousness. You're literally opening yourself up to experience this experience from a different perspective, which means you are literally opening yourself up to experience this experience from the very perspective that you desire to be experiencing it. Boom. Oof. And I know I needed to hear that, but that's what it is to be thriving, goddess, is literally you are in your power saying, I choose, I choose, I choose. Because you do. Whether you're doing it subconsciously or consciously, you are choosing. So why not do it consciously? Why not really choose to turn and face yourself and say, hey, okay, I want to point fingers at my counterpart, or at anybody else in life for this matter. Yet, what is this experience showing about me? Especially the twin flame mirror. What am I saying about him? And then I assure you, if you really let yourself see, goddess, it is the very thing about you. Such as for me, I kept saying about how he's so ungrateful. And then I went, oh, I haven't been focusing on my blessings near what is necessary to bring even balance to focusing on what isn't working. It's like, again, that's what this awareness and growth, these right here, you cannot change that which you are unaware. Okay, so once you become aware, and awareness, that is where it all begins, goddess. That is where it all begins, is in this awareness state. Once you become aware of something, you have already taken a chunk of your power back from that. And right in that moment, you grow in that moment. But that's why you're here, is to learn, grow, expand, and ascend. That is this twin flame self-love empowerment journey. That is simply a self-love empowerment journey, period. You chose to come into this realm of experience so that you could hone your energy skills. And the greatest challenge is to get power and control over your own self, to cease being so manipulated and controlled by the outside world, or hello, twin flames, right? By what our counterpart is doing, especially when we have that connection. Now, we as divine feminines, as the more awakened, any divine masculines who find me and you're the one who is more awakened to the connection, this is who I'm speaking to, all right? So those who are definitely awakened to the connection, you are the one who has the power. You are the one that is literally creating this experience, because you can't go back to being a victim. It isn't a choice to become a victim, meaning we're born into this realm. We purposely choose, we do choose to forget who we are. So in some way you could say we chose to become a victim, but we really didn't. The experience here for the majority of us is victim mentality, okay? But once you become aware that you are perceiving your experience from a victim perspective, then you've got to be the one to say, hey, I am now the one that's creating this for myself. And now that I am conscious that I'm creating my experience, I've got to be the one to shift this. Hello, awareness and growth. All right. And that is what is so incredible about our twin flame connection, is that yes, we can influence it. Well, here's the other side of that. The other side of the coin is they can influence us as well. Just as I was saying just yesterday about how, God, it's just been feeling like I've been caught up. It's so easy for me to get caught up in the undertow. And then I look at what my counterpart is experiencing right now in his experience, and it is excruciating for him, and it's heavy, and he feels like he is drowning. And I sat there for a moment and I went, oh my God, I'm sitting here talking about how I feel like I have been caught up in an undertow, and I actually have a pretty fucking awesome life. And I was totally overlooking that because it felt like the walls were closing in around me. It felt like the ceiling was caving in, and the sky was falling, and then it hit me, someone who because I tune into a couple different channels, and one of them, boom, right after that hit me, there was a post from her where she said exactly that we as twin flames, we do not have actual individual experiences. We are experiencing the same thing. The key is how are you responding to that? How are you choosing to rise into your power and say, wait a minute, baby, I feel you, my love. All right, I got this. I know what I've got to do. And then you step into that, because you're doing it not just for you, you're doing it for him too. And we are doing it for the collective. Every time we shift that shit, we shift it not just for us individually, not just for our connection, but for all of humanity. Okay? That being aware of the power that you possess, dear goddess, is such great, infinite growth along your journey. And so take the action. You are the catalyst. Okay? Right now, really, truly look at your experience and what do you actually have the power to change? What do you actually have power over? Okay? Certainly for me, I had to own for myself that, my ego had me disillusioned. I was doing a little too much, trying to control my counterpart and be a lighthouse for him, because we still have open communication, even though we're purging out this karmic. And that I even had a divine masculine channel that I tune into. And after I was even already knowing this, boom, he brings that message to me, saying exactly that he is finally being forced to sit in this space and feel it, and he's being forced to heal this gaping wound that he's had. And it's so true, sister. Oh my goodness, my divine counterpart is just, my love. Just we're just gonna leave it at that. But that just shows again that it's like, again, reminding me that I can still impact this for both of us. And especially looking at how, watching how he has impacted me in turn, again, affirms that I impact him. And this is so true. All right. That said, dear goddess, it is important to be able to distinguish between yours and his, though. So you can be able to actually be present in this moment and say, oh, wait a minute. No, actually the walls are not closing in. The sky is not falling. Wow, where is this coming from? Okay, boom. And then you've pinpointed it immediately that it is from your counterpart. And guess what? Then you can actually put into practice whatever techniques you have to shift that shit for both you and your twin flame love. So this is just so exciting right now. For me, having had such a shift for myself in my own journey, it's this whole, oh my goodness, I am totally in this, thankful to thrive. Goddess, let me tell you right now, gratitude is one of the easiest, most powerful tools, practices that you can implement to shift your experience, your vibration. Oh man. And when you don't, instead of looking at how things are not working, look at all the ways things are working. Okay? I know what it's like, Goddess, to get caught up and to get stressed. And like I said, to get sucked into that undertow. But that's why we've got to take this time. And I was in my head. I was like, I got to do this. I got to do that. I got to take care of this. I got to create that. I got to post this. I got to do that. And it's like, Rochelle, how are you going to be when you are in union with, actual physical union, when you are able and finally reunited in this physical realm after all this shifting is going on with this planet right now? Is this how you're going to be? Just so caught up in your head? No. This is how we shift, Goddess. This is why taking this sanctuary time is so important as well, because you are better able to hear that voice of the intuition. You're better able to hear those inner nudgings, which really, quite honestly, it was last night. It feels like the night before last, but it was last night where I got up. I was sitting and finishing up at the computer, and it was after dark, and I just kept being nudged. Spirit just would not leave, just hounding me. Go for a walk. And I was like, okay, I'm going. To go out, and and as I start walking around the corner from my house, first thing that hits me is the awareness that, oh my gosh, I am so fucking blessed that I get to walk around my neighborhood alone as a woman by myself after dark and not feel afraid. Of course, you are listening. I suppose I should clarify. You are listening to a woman who once used to walk into some pretty less than, I'm not even the word, just not so good environments. Let's just say I have been in some bad places. Okay, let's just say that, Goddess. So it's kind of like me, someone who's a wuss when it comes to spicy food, asking someone who loves spicy food, is that spicy? Because their gauge is totally off of mine. But for me, it was realizing that, wow, I get to walk by myself after dark as a woman. But then as I am just walking truly aimlessly, I'm just walking where I'm being led. I'm just walking and walking. Wherever my feet were taking me, that's where I was going. And I even ended up going around somewhere that I hadn't gone before. And it was like, once I came back out, I was like, oh, that was a pretty cool little trek there. I like that. But all the revelations that were hitting me, using the twin flame superpower the superpower of twin flame mirroring, Goddess. Oh my goodness. I was looking at all the things that I'd been saying about him. And I'm like, oh man, I can see how I'm definitely, and that. And then looking at the things that I have been saying about him. And of course, how he's been acting. And just, it's like, wow. When you say that he's running away, guess what, Goddess? That's what he does. You are creating this. So really, really recognize, be aware. All right. And take the proper action that aligns you with the outcome you desire. Okay, so trust that intuition. This is what I'm saying. Just like I had to go out for this walk and it was so perfect. You know, the little ego mind, the mean girl mind, the lizard brain is going to do everything to sabotage you and keep you in this little itty bitty little box, including me. I'm sitting here over the past 24 hours, especially even walking that walk last night, just like I said, revelation after revelation just hit me, boom, 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 boom. And I'm just like, oh my goodness. You know, I have been sabotaging myself, but that's what we do, is we look at it and we go, but it's a different way because things have shifted. So every time you shift something, you've got to be aware of, okay, now I shifted this. Let's pay attention to what this result is, to what comes up when we have a different experience now, because you're going to be out of that comfort zone, which means it's going to trigger things. Okay, so that's why you've got to be really tuning into your intuition, because when you are looking to go somewhere you've never gone, you have to listen to someone, right? You've got to be able to follow some sort of guidance system, and that is you, boo. Because nobody else is here to live your life or walk your journey. So you've got to be the one to align your life with what you desire. This is again taking that action, aligning your life with what you desire to experience. So that way the actions you take align with what you desire to experience. And so that also, again, to reiterate, when you step out of that comfort zone and things start to get triggered, that you're able to say, this is the vision. Okay, this is a bunch of hooey, and I can see this. This is something that's talking against my vision. So this is literally just what's coming up is this beautiful little video clip that I have seen recently on social media, where it talked about the entrepreneurial life, where it's an old video from railway days, and a man is sitting on front of the engine, of the train engine. And the train's moving fairly slow enough that the guy could jump off, and when the railroad ties, one was sticking up, he had to get up and move that out of the way. And then he got a little bit further and something else was off, and he had to get off and move that out of the way. So literally, that is what you are going to be faced with when you are stepping out of your comfort zone and moving toward the vision that you desire, including and especially, dear sister goddess, twin flame union. Okay? Just because, and I've said this before, just because my beloved is back in my life, we are not peaches and cream. Oh, see, did you even catch that too? Look at the story I was about to tell you. This is what I mean, awareness, dear goddess. So then you can say, yay, growth, right? You've got to be telling the story of how you want it to be. Stop telling the story of how it even is, or how you don't want it to be. Stop feeding that. And that's what I've been living in my past. And this is why it's amazing to have a support system. All right, because it was someone from the outside looking in who said, "Oh, so you're just living in your past still, aren't you?" I'm like, "Oh, really? Thank you." You know, she's one of those who she pokes my buttons in a good way. She's like, one of those sisters where it's just like she says the right thing to trigger that right wound. Yeah. I almost want to say a love-hate relationship, but no, it's not. She's a soul sister. I love her to bits and pieces. But my ego, let's just say my ego has some issues, right? Because she be poking the bear. All right, but that's the thing, is all of these things are out of alignment. All of these railroad ties that aren't quite laying the way they need to lay, they got to be moved out of the way. So all of these beliefs that are going to be blocking what you desire, you've got to be the one to be reframing those and getting them out of the way. And this is exactly what I do. This is what I guide you through, goddess. Again, I am a multifaceted, many-layered being myself, and my focus is on the self. self-love empowerment. And the twin flame journey just really makes a self-love empowerment journey, like that whole freaking up level. It like makes it on steroids kind of stuff. Just seriously, for real. That's just my experience, by the way. And of course, what I have come to find as a consensus throughout the twin flame community. That said, again, dear goddess, you are the catalyst. This is what the action card is pointing out for you, is that you've got to be the one to align your life. You've got to be the one to trust yourself. Okay? Trust your own inner knowing. You're not alone in this. You are fully supported. Your twin flame union is fully supported. Okay? So, stop playing it small. Stop keeping yourself away from what it is you desire. You are the only one that can free yourself from the chains that keep you trapped where you are, especially in your own mind. Especially in your own mind, dear goddess. That truly is the prison that we create for ourselves, is the prison that we create in our own minds. Because really, truly, when you are fully in your sovereign power and not being manipulated by external influences, then you, dear goddess, are a force to reckon with. All right, let's see what we have for angel numbers. I'm being led. Oh my goodness. And this, I know for sure because I know the number ones. This is 111, not 777. This is 111. It's the font. It is the font. Yep. Excuse me. Desert. It is literally like dry season here, so I've got to up my water intake. But 111 and 654. 654. 111 is very much the major number of thoughts becoming things. Again, this is exactly what we're talking about, goddess. You are the one that has the power to create whatever experience you desire. So stop feeding the thoughts that are creating the experience that you do not want, including talking about what you do not want. I was just telling my soul sister yesterday that, you know what? From now on, when someone asks me, so how's it going with any area of my life that is not going how I would like it to be going, my answer is going to be fine. It's going just fine. Yep. Because really, in actuality, it is. It's fine. I mean, in that moment, if I'm sitting there talking to her, if I'm sitting there getting my hair done or my hair washed in her chair, literally in that present moment, everything is perfectly fine. There is nothing wrong with me in that moment. Does that make sense, goddess? That literally my personal experience is fine. There's nothing wrong, right? So be telling the story how you want it to be. Because thoughts really, truly do become things. So 111 and 654. I have a feeling part of 654 is going to be very much about this alignment, right? 654 and aligning yourself with the outcome that you desire. Like I said, clear off the tracks, goddess. Anything that tries to get in your way, clear off the tracks. All right, you don't need to stop the train. You don't need to get off the train. Heaven forbid, don't get off the train, okay? Keep moving towards the vision that you want. Stop getting yourself detoured because you're the one that's doing it. You're the one that's allowing it, okay? The power is inside you. You do choose, and you are choosing. And I am here to support you in reclaiming any bit of power in any aspect of your journey. Presently, your twin flame journey, your self-love empowerment journey, whatever it is, dear sister goddess, I'm here for you. This is what I love to do. We have journal prompts, we create affirmations, but we definitely look at the challenge that you have. And we create a plan for you to get you unstuck from where you are, what you need to shift so that train gets to moving down the tracks again. And you can book. I do have 30 Thursdays. I'm calling those, where they're 30-minute calls on Thursdays for just a quick chat. Those are 3 Thursdays a month. Like I said, limited schedules on those. The rest of my sessions are 75-minute sessions, and you can book those because there are different things that are included with each session. You can book those at empowermentexperiences.com, or you can even go straight to iamempowered.as.me. Like I said, those are empowermentexperiences.com or iamempowered.as.me. I will put both links down below so you can choose. But like I said, if you want more details, go to empowermentexperiences.com, because there are bonuses that are included with the 75-minute session, including you get a recorded video session that comes along with that, and your photo spread, your own private Dropbox folder. The 30 Thursdays, those are, more short serve sessions, and it would be a lot of extra work outside to get you a replay. So you can purchase a replay video of your session for the 30 Thursdays. Like I said, check out all the details at empowermentexperiences.com. All I know is I love doing this. I love guiding you through finding your power. I love delivering these messages. And especially when I have shifted so much of my own, again, to be able to share that with you is phenomenal. I sit here and in these moments, I am floored of what my life used to be as a drug-addicted, pimped-out prostitute. Wow, where I literally was hand to mouth. I didn't know one moment to the next if I was going to be able to pay my rent or anything like that, or if, Mr. Pimp was, oh man, crazy times. You can read more about it at my website, on my blog at empowermentexperiences.com, so you can check that out as well. That said, dear goddess, my name is Rochelle Richard. Thank you so much for receiving this divinely guided empowerment message. I am so excited. I know I needed to hear it as well. And 111 has definitely been a thing, a number that I've been seeing the past couple days as well, a little more frequently. That said, dear goddess, I am here to serve and support you and to remind you that the power is in your hands, because it has always been inside you. Namaste.